Very good afternoon, traders and friends. Today I am going to bring in very powerful strategy along with my Nalini precision engine. It becomes very easy for you to trade and also it gives you edge in your trading. Before talking about the strategy, this is for every trader who has ever felt this. All the traders might have felt missed entry, early exit, trade not taken, profit left behind, one mistake that hurted. These things, what happens to the mind is it magnifies everything. Every missed entry, every early exits, every trade not taken, and quietly erases everything you did, right? Over time, this creates psychological exhaustion. And in trading, regret distorts perception. But professional growth happens when the mind develops balanced memory. The goal is not perfection. Goal is you should not give importance for the perfection. It is for the psychological stability and repeatable behavior. What is that? What is that you need to have? I followed my structure. I stayed patient. I improved my execution. I protected my capital. I avoided revenge trading. I survived without quitting. The market will always provide another opportunity. The real challenge is keeping the mind healthy enough to see it clearly. So, before I'm bringing up a very, very powerful strategy, you can improve with the help of my Nalini precision engine. That strategy is 30 minutes pivot, 50% range strategy for Nifty 50 options or anything. If you are trading for the equity, you are trading for the Bitcoin or the crude oil, commodities, for everything. Actually, the key thing about this strategy is 30 minutes pivot strategy is how to identify key support and resistance using a single far away candle. What is this? Single far away 30-minute candle on my Nalini precision engine, because Nalini precision engine has been, if I apply on the 30-minute candle, it gives me daily pivots. When the 30-minute candle is far away from the pivot on whichever day, whether it is Wednesday, whether it is on Thursday, if it is far away from the pivot, green colored pivot, then it forms the peak. Then I am going to mark the 30% of the candle. I am going to tell you in detail everything. So that becomes the resistance when the 30-minute candle may be on the following day or on the next day. Whichever day it becomes far away from the red pivot, it becomes the support. What is far from the pivot is destined to draw near, and what is near must journey far. That is the key rule. For example, if you notice the just simple breathing, your breathing, exhale and inhale. If you exhale, you have to inhale. That is the principle of life principle. the same thing, when the price moves away, far away from the pivot, then it has to come near the pivot. So you can utilize this strategy for identifying the key support and resist levels, and you can mark it with for the call options, put options for buy signals and sell signals. This is the one. This is very important and I'm going to teach you. And actually, I can take the name of Oliver Wallace, very important, very popular trader in the Western country. He also uses, he uses the moving averages for this technique. When it breathes away, it far away, and when it goes far away from the moving average, it talks about that. Actually, in my strategy, in same thing, same principle with my Nalini precision engine. When the price goes away from the balance, far away from the balance, it tends to get attracted to the balance area. It has to come back. That is the key thing in my strategy. So here, the same thing I am going to say about far journeys. What is far from that pivot is destined to draw near the pivot. What is near the pivot must inevitably journey far. That is the principle. Distance from the pivot creates magnetic pull that you can utilize for your trading strategy, and it gives you edge with my Nalini precision engine. What is the core concept? First thing is you find the far away candle from the pivot. Maybe any day. Because in a week, there are 5 days in a week. The price can move far away from the pivot on any day. Say, for example, it is Tuesday or Wednesday, that forms the peak of that peak. You can identify it as a peak candle and the peak resistance. It forms the peak resistance. And also, like that, if any candle far away from the red pivot, red color, because the price is below the pivot, then if you identify that 30-minute candle and mark it, then it forms the key support for the particular week also. So you will be noticing the key support and resistance peak formation on the particular. Sometimes the peak will be formed on the alternate days itself. The price tends to move within that range the entire week. So first thing is find the far away candle, mark its 50% level. From the pivot, 30-minute candle, you find it and mark the 50%. And mark an horizontal rectangle over that which runs across the chart, and you will be noticing that price level. That price level becomes your key levels for the your trading journey any day. And third thing what you need to do is you are trading the reaction along with my Nalini precision engine, either to buy or to go short on that. Okay. So key insight is one strong candle from a different day or your entire trading row map for the complete weekly session. It becomes. I am going to show it to you. This is the same thing, finding the far away candle, and this is the 50% and the current price is below that. That means it is weak. Only if it climbs above that, it becomes positive. So you know this level. And along with the Nalini precision engine, you get to know whether to enter or not. It may be a candle, so take the screenshot and keep it in your watch list or on desktop so that you will remember that this is the finding the right candle. Here in this chart, I am using the put option, 24,400 put option, that is on 30th May, it opened farther away. That means underlining might have gone very, very low. Thursday, it made an eye. So you are going to see the here on this day, you are going to see the farthest candle, 30 minutes. Here it appears that at 12:45, it made a farthest candle and you are selecting the candle. I am going to take you to the chart and I am going to explain it to you how to mark and all those things. That forms the high of this 30th May from the high. And after that, this is the farthest candle that has formed on the May 6th. So from that, it helps for a people to sell. For a writer, if he is writing that particular put option, he can write the put option comfortably, keeping that as stop loss. See, from this level, market has never touched that level, 709. One could have sold it even though it became farthest around 12:45 on the 5th. It rallied. This is a natural process. See, next day, it was a farthest candle. First 920 a candle is a farthest candle. If you mark this, I'm not able to, I will show you how to mark this. And for next 2 days, you can go buying the put option. And you know that this is the boundary. And again, it is the farthest candle. You can mark it. And this was the level when it came down. You could have taken a scalp trade in this. Like that, May 6th was the farthest moved, farthest near the close. And see, even on the next day, it is negative only. And on 8th, you can see on Friday, it gapped up, and it is trading above this candle. This is the support. Around 140 or something, I have not labeled it. I'll take when I take you to the chart, you will come to know that. This is how, see, let me take you to the Nifty 50 indices. Underline, the same day, 29th, it made a highest peak, 24,300, and the farthest from the pivot, red pivot was on the particular week, say, it alternated on the same day, double bottom. On Thursday, it was Friday, same thing. Same thing if you would have marked, this will create as a support for that. From that level, market bounced up. And now it was the farthest from the pivot. This screenshot is not showing. That is on the 21st of April. Again, I'm coming to the 24,000 call option. What did it do? On the 29th, when the underlying made the farthest from the pivot, it rallied up to 553. From there, it again came up to that level. On 7th, tested that level. The farthest from the pivot was made on 2 days, next 2 days only, next alternate way. You can see on Thursday, it made a low, farthest from the leg. This was the guidance. These two levels for this call option was entire guidance. So you could have, as long as pivot, price stays above this 250, There is no threat for you. You could have held the position along this, even though you are entering at this pivot, and when it climbs, you are entering it here. You are climbing it, and you are looking for that. And the 30 minutes time frame, you are marking that, and see, on the same day, it closed near the 271 from, you can hold it comfortably, you can hold it by keeping the stop loss. So time decay will not happen. Suppose your stop loss is 250, 281, almost 70 points. For the 70 points to decay, or the Nifty underlying has to fall 140 points. 140 points adding up some time decay, you can 100 points. So you can safely carry the position, keeping this as stop loss. You are entering here. So you know the peak high and peak low. Peak low was formed on the 5th of the May, and this rallied up to again. The market gave you the opportunity. You could have held it up to 500 points, 500. In between, there was a dip. You need not bother. Once you keep the stop loss like that, positional also, option buying can be made. Positional option selling also could be made from this point. When it started recovering, then you could have, when it had made the pivot low and it started moving higher, and when it started moving higher, then you could have closed your position. In that way, you could have done that. So here it is, step 2 is calculate and mark this is the thing. You have to notice the farthest away candle high, far away candle, 30 minutes candle. Why 30 minutes candle? Because the for 1 hour we will not be getting, even though 1 hour my indicator, Nalini precision indicator, goes automatically to daily pivot. Same way, 30 minutes also goes to daily pivot. Then the best choice was 30 minutes candle, far away candle for that. This is the way you are going to do. Single line is your battlefield for the entire session. It becomes an entire session. Either you are a writer or an option buyer. So it is advantage. Even on the equity also, you can keep it as a guideline to keep. Suppose you have entered into a stock, positional swing trade also, you can utilize for that. Even the 30-minute candle gives a daily pivot, and you can do that. This will help you, this strategy will help you to build confidence. You will not, because on an intraday basis, there will be lot of volatility and you will be directionless. When the market gaps up, you will not be knowing what is the level for the call option or the put option. So these lines will guide you whether to be in that position or not to be in that position. You can enter into the position or be confidently stay in that position without any repercussion. Okay. So this is our scenario. Yeah, this is the support. It acts as the support. Whether it is a call option or the put option, if it bounces from there, you can utilize it and hold it. Buy call or sell put, you can decide for that. Same way for the resistance. If the price is hitting the resistance, you can look for the put option, or the sell call you can utilize for selling the call option. So either way you can do that, buying the put option or the selling the put call option, you can do that. So here I've utilized as 24,200 call option as an example, and I'm going to show you the thing. Actually, you can see on the 21st April, it was far away from the pivot here. 21st April, the price was far away from the green pivot, the daily pivot. So that is an indication, that is exhaustion actually. So you can mark that level and you can look for that. Here again on Wednesday, that is on 29th or something, 28th, 29th, 30th of 29th of April, corresponding to the Nifty, though this is exhaustion, this level, and next day itself, from the red pivot and price gap down from the. So these two levels will act as key resistance and support. Resistance support for the next level. So alternate. These are the flip levels. Like that, you can mark it. I'll take you to the chart and I'll explain you how to go about it. This is for explanation of the strategy. I'm using the image charts. So these are the quick references you can utilize. Take the screenshot for your target, stop loss, and you have to, you can do for a signal candle. Look for the signal candle. Signal candles, hammer candles, engulfing candles, shooting star, anything you can use it along with my Nalini precision engine and also widest bar in tight range. They are also helping to locate the exhaustion. You can find out the exhaustion and you can trade with that. So professional tips is wait for the candle close. Distance is matters. Confirm with value. One candle, one level. Do not overtrade. And you select option strike selection. Choose ATM or one strike out of the money for put option, either for the put option or the call option. You can do that. So final takeaway is one candle, one level, infinite clarity. This video is for educational purpose only. Option trading involves risk. Always use stop losses and trade with capital you can afford to lose. So friends, like, share, subscribe for more Nifty strategies. Yes, friends, you need to do that. I am taking lot of pain to do that. And these are the professional tips. Most of the professional traders cannot come openly and disclose it. So I am bringing it for the advantage of all the traders who can trade better. Thank you very much. Nalini Swami signing off.